I mean, 81 points. Like, this is a really big deal. And then we were debating what SportsCenter would lead with. What's the biggest story? Are they going to lead with football? Are they going to lead with Kobe? 81 was this whole big thing. And I didn't know this, but all of a sudden, you were in the middle of our show, and we're doing it, and we're talking about what ESPN should lead with, and now Kobe and 81, that's the biggest thing. And all of a sudden, my producer gets in my ear and says, "Hey, Jason, Stu Scott's on the line. He wants to come on and talk to you about this topic." And I'm going, "Oh, wow. Okay," because Stu hosted SportsCenter that night. And I'd worked with Stu on ESPN2 when I was a production assistant in AP, and he was a talent when ESPN2 started, and he started his career there. And I'm like, okay, wow. But I hadn't talked to Stu in probably 10 years, and I'm going, oh, this is not going to go well, because he's going to come on and say, this is why we decided to go, because I think they went with football. And he goes, this is why we decided to do this, and there was all this bother. And I'm going, okay, let's have Stu on. I'm going, all right, I got to make sure, be diplomatic about this and talking about it, because I don't know if this is going to turn into a thing. This is how you're conditioned to think at ESPN.
Yeah, but you could have made your bones right there. I fought with Stuart Scott about programming.
So I'm like, okay, let's get on. And the first he says is, Jace, oh my God, man, I can't believe this. You're having the exact conversation we had all night. What do we leave? This is 81 from Kobe, man. And we had a great conversation. It brought me inside, brought us all inside the conversation about how they decided to do what they did and why they went that way. And it was awesome. It was awesome radio. And so at the end, I said, we finished the interview, and my producer said, hey, he had a great time getting on. I said, hey, do me a favor, tell him thanks, and I really appreciate it. I go, he's not going to remember me. I hadn't worked with him in like 10 years and stuff since we were on ESPN2 together, and I said, but just tell him I said thanks. And so, like, he texted Stu, hey, Jason said thanks, and 5 minutes later he goes, well, I want to read you Stu's response when he wrote back to me about coming on with you. And I said, sure, what did he say? He goes, hey, Deuce alums got to take care of each other. So I was like, all right, that was pretty cool that he remembered me from being a PA and coming out and being on the air. And I thought that was just really, really cool of him. And I'll always remember that conversation, because I remember how scared I was. Just like, hey, how you question what we're going to do on sports? And Stu came on and said, Jace, man, let me tell you, I can't believe it. And right away, I'm at ease, he's at ease, and it's a tremendous conversation. And when you think back to, you think about how history has remembered these games, like, no one remembers the Steelers and the Seahawks and the championship games.
Just that they got there.
Remember?
Yeah.
81 from Kobe and Sam Mitchell single guarding him, and every time Kobe had the ball, people on their phones on the sideline talk, do you believe it? I'm here at the game, and Kobe's got 70, he's got 75, he's got 78. Everybody jumping up and down. It was an insane moment, and it's on this sleepy Sunday night after the AFC and NFC title games.
Not so sleepy when it's all said and done, and it's something that's been revisited these many years, how we've tried to figure out who, if anybody, could ever top that. And no, we're not doing a poll question. You can still send them at Swollen Dome, at How About a Fresca if you want. But just that idea of this mythical mark of how you have to, A, put up that many shots if you're not proficient and just dominating from three-point range, what that becomes. Can you live at the foul line? Do they even bother calling fouls after a while in today's NBA? Like, all of these things that go through in terms of how much the game has changed and the flow of things. And for a guy to put up 46 shots, man, that we were on air for Kobe's 60-point finale, which was a surreal thing. Even Kobe years later, watching a replay of it and kind of live tweeting it, said it kind of felt like a Dali painting.
It was a religious experience.
Mutant landscape. Yeah, I mean, that's it, right? You're just watching things that you suspend disbelief normally when you go into a movie theater. But every once in a while, the sporting universe gives us one of those. I've certainly had that a bit with the Caleb Williams throws. Not that there weren't plenty of others. How do you not hit that pass? With Kobe, he watched it and said, "How did I not hit that shot?"
Now, here's my hot take on Kobe's 81.
It's overrated.
No.
Oh.
I am surprised that at least once a year, let's say, I'm not going to go crazy on it, but at least once a year, we don't get somebody in the NBA making a big run at it. Okay? Because Kobe went 28 for 46 from the floor, right? 28 for 46 from the floor.
Pretty slow start.
Yeah, pretty slow start,
Right?
but like 55 in the second half, that's not bad, right?
You know what I mean? Outscores them, 55-41
Yeah.
second half.
But-
The entire team,
Yeah.
that is.
But Kobe, who back then, him and LeBron, two best players in the game. Kobe was 27 in his prime. I'm surprised that a prime superstar like a Luka or a Giannis or a Jokic, once a year we don't get at least one run at it. Because think about this, 46 shots for Kobe and 81 points, okay? The most shots in an NBA game this year is Cade Cunningham took 45, right? He scored 46 points on 45 shots, right? The second most shots in the game is Anthony Edwards, okay? Just a couple of days ago, he had 33 shots in a game when he went for 55, right? We talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say Anthony Edwards is in the game and he takes those 46 shots, right? He got 55 points on 33 shots, right? So add another 13 shots. Let's give him 7 out of 13, right? Let's give him 50% the rest. He makes 7 more field goals. Let's make 2 of those threes, okay? So that's going to give Anthony Edwards then, that's going to put him another 12, 15, 18 points, right? So let's just say 46 shots, that gives him another 18 points, right? That puts him at 73. Okay, that's just being conservative with the shots, and hey, you're just taking the rest of those shots to get to 46, right? I can't believe at least once a year there's not one game like that where Edwards or Jaylen Brown or Jamal Murray or and look, Jaylen Brown has games. Maybe he's the best candidate because he has lots of games with 30 shots in a game. But I'm surprised at least once a year one star is not feeling it so much against a team that is not guarding him well, that's coming off second game of back-to-backs, whatever it's going to be. Sam Mitchell is coaching the team, and they decide we're going to single guard you. That, we don't get at least because we have some incredibly talented offensive players now. And with defense not being the hallmark it even was back, 20 years ago, at least teams were winning championships on defense 20 years ago, right? The Pistons won on defense a couple of times. So that's something that I really think at least once a year there should be a night. Luka has 25 in the first quarter, 18 in the second quarter, 25 in the third quarter. How does that not happen? Because guys there should be a couple of times where you're going to take 45 shots in the game if you're the number one star on the team and you're a big star and you're feeling it. At least once a year we should see somebody threaten that number, but we just don't. We just don't. Well, Embiid topped out at 70.
Yeah, we saw Luka go for
that?
73 against the Hawks. So we've had it. Otherwise, you got David Thompson, a couple of wilts.
Yeah, but you're talking about 2 games in the last 20 years where we had guys kind of get close a couple of times.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of shocked that we don't have that. Let's all just go for it. When, let's face it, the final 2 to 3 months of the season, there are a couple teams that are not playing for anything.
Yeah.
Hey guys, can I just chuck up 50 shots tonight? Can we just see how that works? I'll buy dinner. You can hit me with one of those rookie dinner bills. Come on, let's just do it, please. Man, Trae Young could be a guy, when he's healthy to do that. He likes to shoot.
When he plays the Knicks, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
well,
yeah.
but he gets into one of those zones. I mean, look, Kobe also was 18 for 20 from the foul line.
Yeah.
That's a lost start, too. Not getting to the foul line necessarily, but knocking them down. A lot of guys have that issue. But you also have to be more efficient and proficient from three-point range. He was 7 of 13 that night. That's pretty rarefied air for most NBA shooters, right?
Yeah.
I mean, guys taking 13 shots, they hit 4, you're feeling pretty good.
Yeah, no, I mean, really, it's. I mean, I really am with the way some of the shooters are now that nobody's made that run at 81
That
and
just proves,
gotten
Jason,
so close.
how hard it really is.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's incredible when you see, because Kobe, not only did he shoot well from the floor, he shot well from 3, and he hit his free throws. I mean, that's it's everything.
And you have to tell the coach tonight I'm not on my minutes restriction.
Yeah. I'm just going to keep. We're up by 25.
I'm sorry.
I
Did I
want
say
81. I want 81. I want Kobe's 81.